Hey, what's good, everybody? Our first look at MLB the Show 22 gameplay. Now, it's offline. I'm recording this the day before the tech test is up online, so I'm not sure if we can post anything. It's February 16th, 1:58 p.m. I'm able to download and load up the tech test for 22, as you guys can see, but I'm not entirely sure if we can post anything yet until it's officially live. I'm not sure what the legality is of that, but I'm going to be safe anyways. I'm going to record this video. We're talking about some new features that are already visible in MLB the Show 22. Let me get into it. So what is the new feature? Well, I could see something real quick. It's called PCI ANCHOR. Using L3, clicking it in, set the PCI plate coverage indicator's starting location to one of 9 different positions within the strike zone, only accessible when zone hitting is used. Now, PCI ANCHOR dots are on. You got to keep them things on so you can see them. And everything else about the PCI seems to be the same. We'll go more into it as we go in there. But let me explain to you what that means. Well, first of all, what are the 9 spots? Well, you can see him on the strike zone when you can, this is custom practice, so I'm pitching. I can pick the locations where Justin Verlander, who's pitching to me as I'm a med hitter right now, Escobar versus the Astros, what he could throw and where he could throw it. The 9 spots are upper part of the zone, middle part of the zone, and lower part of the zone, all 4 corners and everything in between. So that's what that is where the PCI ANCHOR can anchor you to, those 9 locations. Let me show you how it works. You hold L3 down, and then you move the stick around and you pick which spot you want. Now, what does this do? Well, other than starting your PCI in that spot, so as example, I'll start up and in. It starts there and gets you back there. It appears to have some sort of a sensitivity trigger, or sort of like a sensitivity, almost like a buff and a nerf. It's more like a weight. So let me explain this. If you guys have used precision rings, I've used them in MLB the Show. It feels like your PCI is more slow. You can't move you can't flick as fast, but you have more control. It's kind of like that for the zone you pick. So what I mean is this. It's very quick in here, but it's a little bit slower getting to other parts of the zone. That's how it feels to me. So like, actually, you know what? I think it might be the opposite. I think it's more controlled in the area that you've picked, but it's quicker to the other parts of the zone. Now, bear with me. I have my precision ring off here. I haven't been rawing it like this. I've been raw dogging it like this in a minute, but we'll give it a shot. It's starting up here. And it feels like it's got more controlled movements from the zone you pick. So say, as an example, I'll pick Pete Alonso. Longer swing, big righty guy. He's afraid of getting jammed up and in. Let's make him throw up and in here, as an example. Actually, don't make him throw everywhere. We'll start our PCI. We'll anchor it up in the zone, up and in. It starts here. And for guys like him, Willie Mays, guys who have trouble with hitting inside pitches, I feel like you'll have better positioning starting there. And it's a little more concentrated, but it's a lot faster to other parts of the zone. That ball is a little bit, it's a little crushed. Now, in terms of, if anyone wants to know, this is a new dynamic camera angle, I guess. And the sounds are a little bit different, as you guys can tell. It's just a tech test, not gameplay final, but the sounds sound a little bit different. Either way, from what I've seen, it feels kind of similar to the way the PCI feels right now with that change they made in 21, where it's a lot faster. That's how I can see. I'm hitting on Legend right now. As you guys can see, this is Legend speeds. First impressions on Legend speeds. I don't do a lot of Legend hitting without my own personal sliders boosted, but I'm going to be real with you. Well, this JV's only throwing 95, actually. That looks pretty slow for Legend, but then again, he's only throwing 95. Let's see. Lance McCullers is a hard sinker here, hard-ish sinker. Let's give him a shot. Let's see what Lance McCullers' sinker looks like. That looks pretty flat, but hard. Let's anchor our PCI up here. I like it. I like it, but one thing I've noticed, guys, I'm not sure if this is true yet, but you can change your anchor mid-pitch if you hold down L through the entire time. And I think you can maybe... It almost feels like if you change it mid-pitch and you change your anchor to a lower part of the... or anywhere else, it almost changes the speed. It feels a little bit like the pitch speed changes a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. I'm working on it. But look, that's an example of what you want to do. You don't want to get jammed with Pete Alonso. So a good example, this is for obviously for newer players or people who really have trouble with certain zones or like starting their PCI, or I wish it would start somewhere else other than right down the middle. You could start up and in. Righty sinker. That's tough. You're a little bit quicker to the other part of the zone, so anything on the outside, you're going to flick over there. It's going to be fast, but your PCI will always start back where you want it to. Right there in the upper corner. Ball is low-key hammered. Let's get someone with a little bit of higher contact in here. Pete is 65. Honestly, he's one of the better hitters on the team. Marte should have good stuff here. He should be better. That's a little bit of a different swing from Marte. What are his stats? 85, 58. Okay. A little bit of higher contact. So the swing sounds a little bit different. But other than that, that's what I've seen so far in terms of new features to PCI ANCHOR. Now, this is not quite a sensitivity that we've been wanting. but it is something that is akin to it. It's similar, and it's a little bit, it's like kind of what we wanted. The sensitivities are all a little bit different, so you can find one you're comfortable with, but overall, it's a change within a change. So it's a small sensitivity addition within a change for another feature in itself. So, I guess you could turn the dots off. I guess if you want to set your anchor for the whole game and then turn it off so you don't have to see it ever again. I guess that's what that's there for. Pitching, as far as I could tell, I believe that's it. Fielding. Oh, okay. Let's do new things we could talk about. Throwing interface button accuracy is on. Save that. Let's go. There's a new practice type. You could do fielding and team practices now. So let's do batter. Michael Brantley. I'm pitching. Hit position to the shortstop. Hit type. Grounder. And yeah, let's see how that works. You'll be controlling the shortstop. Let me see. Okay. So, as you guys can see, there's ways to practice fielding situations now. Now, how often are we going to be doing this? Not too often. Another thing you guys might have noticed. The names are being displayed now for your player underneath the circle. I think that's very interesting. I like that. It's a nice little change. Other than that, it looks pretty similar. There's a lot of ways to practice your fielding. Now, if you go to... Let me just get this back. Team, practice. I guess it's kind of like... You could do situations, I suppose. So, let's do a little bit of team practice. We're on offense. Marte versus McCullers. We'll do replay the at-bat. And we'll do yes, yes, and yes. Cool example. We're going to replay a full count with bases loaded and 2 outs. If you want to practice your clutch hitting, get used to situations. This is the way to do it, man. You want to practice certain ways to play the game, you got everything you can. I'm not sure if that was in the other game. I don't know if team practices were a thing. I don't think they were, though. This seems relatively new to me. I thought it was just batting and pitching. But this is something you might want to see. That's a pretty decent swing here, but a little bit of a ground out. Cool thing is you get to replay the scenario. And it seems that you could hit right stick in to sort of restart the play over as the play's happening. I believe that's what it said. Let me try that again. Nice swing. Yeah, and you can reset the play by clicking in right stick. Anchoring my stuff. I don't want to get beat up and in with a sinker. I walked. Nice. Let's try anchoring low and away. See what that looks like. It's quick up here, but it's very concentrated around here. Yep, it felt a little bit weirder hitting that pitch than it would have normally felt. But I don't start my PCI down and away. I don't. But that's my assessment of it, guys. It seems to me that where you start your PCI, there will be more concentrated movements, less glidey. It's not as smooth. It's a lot smoother, not as flicky. You'll have a lot more speed going away from your spot that you're starting. So, as another example, I'll start up and away. I feel like down and away, see, down and away is instantaneous. But up here, it's a little more concentrated. I walked on that one. So, hey guys, future Chev, kind of. This is after the fact. I've discovered that there's, with the help of Scuffy McGee, he's pointed out some things on his Twitter account. I'm going to go over 2 big things that I missed initially breaking down the 22 tech test hitting that I've seen so far, and pitching. Let's finish up with hitting first. So, let's get into it. You see my PCI. We already went over the anchor stuff. But watch this, guys. Look at my PCI. Look at the size of it. Look as it shrinks as I go out of the zone. You guys notice that? It's very subtle, but if you look at it, you'll see it. Watch it go slowly. Boom, it's smaller. Smaller. Just gonna swing at it just to show you. Apparently, this is reflective of a new it's a new combat mechanism, I suppose, to foul balls and insanely good contact on pitches out of the zone that we've had problems with in previous MLB the Shows. Your PCI gets smaller, reducing the chance of good contact, really solid contact on pitches extremely far out of the zone. Now, I'm not sure if vision ties into that, if that's why it looks the way it does, but it's a true thing. Let's go somewhere where it might be a little bit more obvious. Let's get Walsh in there versus Valdez. He's got very low contact versus lefties. Look at the PCI, and then boom, you're out of the zone. It's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller. Oh, you can see right there. Look at that. Look at the difference. I'm not even going to swing at the ball. But look at the difference. Just from here to here to here. You guys can see it. So, that's a great thing that they're doing to combat slamming pitches out of the zone like curveballs, which were pretty much useless in the last two MLB the Shows, because even if it was out of the zone by a foot, you could still smash your PCI all the way down there and hammer the hell out of it for a perfect because the PCI was huge. Now, that's out of the way. That's a great new feature. Let's get into pitching. So we're going to use... We'll use Aaron Loop here as a good example. Mets legend. Let's get into pitching from a different angle here. Where's the pitching? We're pitching from broadcast. No, let's go to strike zone right here just to show you guys. We'll pitch from strike zone. Now, sinker. Look at the... Okay. Buddy, step off. It's disappearing. We don't want that to happen. Pitch trail fade. No, we want pitch trail on. Okay. Look at the PAR for the sinker. It's pretty big, right? As you go up in the zone. Wow, look at the size of that, man. It is significantly less accurate. Let's throw a pitch down here. It also appears that Pinpoint has a different graphic, and it's a little bit tougher to get it accurate. But we'll see. Down and in. Pretty good. Pretty accurate. Now let's try and throw up in the zone. Okay, that's what it looks like normally. Let's go up. Not anywhere real close. And it looks to me like it's flattening out a lot. Slurve, look at that. Go up in the zone. Dear God. That isn't anywhere close. It's going to try and get away from weird pitches in MLB the Show from being a thing. Okay. I messed that pinpoint up. Don't even count that. Circle change was a bad example to use there. We'll go cutter. Backdoor cutter. Look at that. Go up in the zone. Not as... It's a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Why does Aaron Loop have a 98-mile-per-hour cutter? 95 to 99? Who the hell is this? Hello? Anyway. Wait a minute. Is this Aaron Loop or Chapman throwing submarine? Anyways. That aside, guys, those are the new features. It shows you that they're really combating the idea of throwing all these weird pitches in weird spots for perfect dots, as well as slamming pitches out of the zone every time for good contact. They're going to really make you have to be perfect and more selective in the process. So I like that. Back to the rest of the video. That's just an example, guys. That's what I've seen so far with the new features. If I get anything else, I will post more about it. But so far, that's what I've seen. It's cool to use some of the guys from the... They got the rosters here. So I found that super interesting. Valdez, let's give Marky Mark a little bit of an at-bat here. Try this out. See how it looks. Mark Hanna, the legendary swing. Oh, he's ready to go. Okay, the sounds sound a little bit different, but, you know, the game feels good. It feels pretty good. We'll see how the tech test goes. Right now, this is all I can access. It's just offline type of games, so custom practice is what I'm doing. If you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, comment down below, subscribe. Don't miss any content like this as we move on to 22. Appreciate you guys. Catch you next video. Peace.